I'm Bakani Ngulani. I'm the CEO of BN Business Solutions. We are an accounting firm based in Midrand, Johannesburg, and Cape Town, and we're in advantage to open a branch in Namibia. So we handle accounting, taxation, and compliance for SMMEs. So this includes your month-to-month account, any sales assistance, as well as financial statements, BE, and tax clearances. Financials are the keys, are the core of each and every business. That we're having an excellent accounting team on your side means that you get to focus on running your business, and then whilst we ensure that your business is kept compliant and up to date through our pool of experts in the fields of accounting and taxation. So you'll note that business is built on mostly your skill or your knowledge of or product offering. So we then combine that together with our accounting expertise to ensure that your business is on track all the time and ensuring compliance and all returns are up to date. I think the biggest challenge that SMMEs are having now is you'll find that with the current laws in place regarding preferential suppliers, etc., they then have to ensure that they're always compliant with regard to SARS. So this has been a big challenge for most SMMEs because you'll find that you can get audited at any time for any reason by SARS, and then this means that you have to incur a huge bill when it comes to finding tax practitioners or professionals who can help you maintain a compliant status. I think SMMEs are actually currently doing great in spaces where they are not really subcontractors, but they're coming in on board as assisting businesses. So this, for example, would work in a case where instead of someone having to go out to get one single marketing person, they can source out their marketing department to a company that has the skills and expertise, and that will come at a fraction of the cost of employing one person, but they're getting about 3 people on their account. So businesses are doing great in spaces where it's business to business transactions. That's in the SMME sector, because most individuals would rather prefer work with well-known brands, which are obviously not SMMEs. So SMMEs thrive when they're working in business to business environments. Okay, so let me first speak of Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town, and then I'll compare South Africa and Namibia as a whole. So with regards to difference between Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town, Joburg is obviously quite a fast-paced environment. In Joburg, you find that entrepreneurs are taking different routes and different services, and they are much more diversified compared to Cape Town and Durban. So it's even got to an extent where clients who have initially set up in Durban are now moving up to Joburg to establish their business there. But at the same time, we're having a cross scale of businesses that initially start in Joburg but then move down to Durban and Cape Town. So now you see that the innovation or other business offering is now at a point where it's flowing amongst the 3 cities where we're based in, because we also offer a cross-referral program. So that means that you may be our client in Durban and we have a client in Joburg, but then you may need each other's services. So through that, people are then able to expand into other cities using, of course, the referral network that we provide. So now if we move into look at it from a nation view of South Africa versus Namibia, Namibia has got a fast-growing SMME rate. The growth rate is extremely enormous, that given currently the ratio of accountants to clients in Namibia is 1 to 6,000. So that just shows you how much SMMEs are coming up in that country. So in Namibia, unfortunately, they are a bit slowly technologically backward compared to South Africa, but then there are a nation that's coming up, and SMMEs who can invest in Namibia, I would really encourage them to do so. We can set it up for you as well. It's a very good growing economy. When you come to personal, it's where the ocean and desert meet. One has to go and see that. It's quite phenomenal. You on the other side you can literally have 1 foot in the ocean, 1 foot in the desert. It's a phenomenal experience. We come here, we go to the beach, it's lovely, we get wet, we have sand in our toes, but then it's different when you're having 2 extremes, like the ocean and the desert. It's something that if I were to be a tourism ambassador of Namibia, that would be my greatest selling point, to say, come and see the ocean and the desert meet. So what we've realized is that, especially when it comes to small business owners have challenges when it comes to drawing funds from the business, because after all, the business is meant to eventually uplift you, the entrepreneur. But then now remember, the funds of the business are not your funds. There are legal ways of going about it, so we can then find a way, calculate which is the most tax efficient way. You can either get a salary, or you can get a dividend, so it's a mixture of both. So we then say which is the best way going forward to do that. And then over and above that, when it comes to corporate income tax, instead of the flat 28%, we can assess to say, can the business qualify for small business corporate tax rates? These are way lower than 28%. For instance, any profit between 0 to 0 to 70,000 thereabout is tax-free. That way you'll be saving on income tax. So it's all these strategies that we then come up with, where we're not simply just recording your transactions and giving you financials. We are going over and above that to say, this is your current business setup. Let's see if we can find a way of improving it in any way possible. For ourselves, I think the biggest opportunity now has been the establishment of the branch in Namibia. Initially we sought to be the best small accounting firm in Gauteng. That quickly grew as we found ourselves in Durban and Cape Town. And now we are saying that given the growth and energy and drive that we have, I think it's time we went beyond our borders, mainly Namibia and Zimbabwe, given that Namibia is strong in SMMEs and Zimbabwe is the time to invest in now. So we are doing all these measures to sort of challenge the big four audit firms, to say, you may be the big four audit firms, but we'll be the big one accounting firm in South Africa. The problem with accounting is that you note that countries have different tax laws. So the difference in tax laws is what makes it a bit difficult to then just have a widespread approach. But then, given the fact that I'm only 25 and I'm not being in 3 countries, I'm sure I can establish partnerships by the time I get to 40 to have branches in other countries with people who have tax knowledge relevant to that country.